Have you ever seen a real crystal ball? These shimmering, translucent spheres have been a tool for seers to peek into the future, reveal hidden truths, and even manifest new realities. From the ancient Babylonians to the Australian Aborigines to the Roma people we often associate them with today. These ancient cultures all realized an extraordinary power of crystals to unlock the future. But what if I told you that the most powerful crystal in all of creation, a crystal that wields the power to bend reality to its will and manifest new realities on command, is not found on a fortune teller's table, but actually nestled deep within your brain? It's true. And according to breakthrough discoveries in neuroscience research, this infinitely powerful brain crystal, which is found inside your pineal gland, the organ many believe to be the seat of the soul, acts as a gateway to higher frequencies and spiritual vibrations that can literally shape your lived experiences, allowing you to manifest anything you wish. The problem, though, is that right now these delicate crystals are being corrupted by a mineral byproduct found in almost every home in America that is drowning out the subtle energies your pineal gland crystals are designed to receive, and making it impossible for you to manifest your desires into reality, no matter how hard you try. That's why, inside this eye-opening video, I'm going to expose the shocking culprit that has prevented millions of hardworking, positive-minded people like you from manifesting the lives of their dreams. Whether you've endlessly struggled to pay off crushing credit card debts, are stuck in toxic relationships, or feeling unfulfilled in a job you simply can't escape, I urge you to pay close attention over the next few minutes, because I'll be revealing an extraordinary brain crystal activation secret that was recently brought to light by a team of scientists in Israel that allows you to rapidly awaken your dormant abilities to manifest wealth, love, vibrant health, and profound spiritual well-being faster than you ever imagined. Imagine finally attracting all the money you need to pay off your credit cards and loans, taking that dream vacation to Hawaii, buying a new home for your family, or even quitting the job you hate to pursue your true passions. These opportunities and more will literally rush towards you once you discover the truth behind why it's been so hard to manifest these outcomes in your life. And use this incredible 10-second brain crystal activation secret today. You see, this secret has nothing to do with repeating fruitless affirmations, attending expensive seminars, studying dusty old books, or sitting still in complicated meditation. In fact, it works despite all of the manifestation techniques or teachings you've tried, because this secret activates the tiny manifestation conductors in your pineal gland. The pea-sized gland in the deepest parts of your brain has been depicted throughout history as a means to harness the creative powers of the universe, allowing you to tap into spiritual vibrations and manifest the things you desire most. Once you learn how to activate your pineal gland using this secret, new, exciting money-making opportunities will come knocking at your door immediately. Loving romantic relationships with your soulmate will suddenly blossom. Negative thoughts will vanish once and for all. And you'll feel profoundly connected to cosmic energy like you never have before. I know this might seem hard to believe right now, but I've seen firsthand just how life-changing this brain crystal activation secret is. Because only months before discovering it, I was spiraling down into a pit of despair. I went through a disastrous divorce, my mother's severe health complications, and crumbling finances, all at the same time. It was undoubtedly the most depressing and despairing period of my life. But just as the universe intended, it led me to discover this 10-second brain crystal activation secret that turned everything around almost instantly. and I couldn't be more thrilled to share this secret with you today, so that you too can build the life that until now has only existed in your daydreams and vision boards. In fact, over 3,226 people across America have already used this secret to escape financial hardship, find passionate love that seemed impossible for them, regain their health, or achieve higher states of spiritual bliss. Just like Julie from Maryland, who wrote to us. Before discovering the secret, I constantly stressed over money and could barely pay my bills. My health was fading too from exhaustion. But after trying Mark's 10-second brain crystal activation secret, I manifested a new high-paying job I enjoy, abundant energy, and financial security I always wanted but could never achieve before. I feel in control and at total peace in my life. Then there's Mark from Arkansas, who shared, "For many years, I tried every law of attraction technique to manifest a better life with no luck. I almost gave up hope. But after activating my pineal gland using Mark's simple method, everything changed. My business began booming, my energy rebounded, and I now feel a profound spiritual connection daily. It's like the missing piece. I'm now manifesting my intentions in every area." These are just a few of the inspiring stories pouring in every day. But now, it's your turn to discover how this life-changing brain crystal activation secret works. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Mark, and as an engineer working at a large microchip manufacturer in Arizona, I never thought I'd be sharing a story like this, talking about manifestation or spirituality or any of those things. I've always been a skeptic, a rational thinker, the kind of person who needs hard facts and empirical evidence before I believe anything. But, as I'm sure you know, life sometimes takes unexpected turns. And a year ago, mine was spinning out of control, and I felt like I was drowning. My career as an engineer had warped into a dull, lifeless routine. I'd wake up every morning already dreading the mind-numbing repetition of another workday. At the end of each long 10-hour grind, I'd collapse at home with zero energy or motivation left. There was no passion for my work anymore, and I felt like I was just going through the motions. On top of that, my health was quickly unraveling. Strange new aches constantly throbbed up and down my back. I developed intense allergies that attacked me daily over the smallest things. A neighbor's perfume, the office flowers, even my morning coffee. I battled non-stop colds and flu symptoms while everyone around me stayed healthy. Then, within a few short months, everything I cared about was ripped away. My wife left me for another man after 15 years of marriage. And because I got next to nothing in the divorce settlement, I was forced out of my home and into a tiny studio apartment I could barely afford. Then a month later, my mother received a devastating diagnosis. Her treatment costs were so astronomical, even her good insurance couldn't cover it all. Her co-payments were still thousands of dollars, money my mother didn't have. So I had to take on the full financial burden for her instead. I'll never forget sitting at my tiny kitchen table, head in my hands, wondering how I'd pay for her life-saving care when I could barely afford my rent. I was living paycheck to paycheck, one minor emergency away from total ruin. On top of the financial mess, I was now completely alone. My marriage was over, my health was deteriorating, I had lost all sense of passion and purpose. Honestly, it felt like the universe was playing a cruel joke on me, like it picked me to be its personal punching bag. And if you're watching this now, maybe you can relate. Maybe you've tried endless affirmations, vision boards, self-help techniques, and nothing seems to work. No matter how hard you try, you're constantly struggling against external circumstances that never seem to let up. And maybe it even feels like the universe has condemned you to a life of hardship and tough breaks. But I'm here to tell you that it's simply not true. The universe is not conspiring against you. It's simply that nobody has shown you the real reason why it's been virtually impossible to manifest anything in the first place, and why you feel disconnected and separated from the creative powers of the universe. But once you understand what's really going on, you'll see that it's not your fault, and you're not defective or cursed. The truth is, all of your struggles have everything to do with a hidden structure inside your pineal gland that scientists just recently discovered a few years ago. A structure that has been scientifically shown to send and receive signals from the universe and control the very fabric of reality itself. But right now, at completely no fault of your own, it's sending out the wrong signals, which is making it impossible for you to manifest or experience the reality that you both deserve and desire. I know that sounds strange, so please, let me explain how I know all of this to be true. It all started with a weekend trip to Sedona, Arizona. My sister Sharon suggested it because Sedona is world-renowned for its spiritual healing retreats, similar to Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, and the Giza Pyramids. Sharon believed in the woo-woo energy vortexes that apparently surround the Sedona area, and she told me it could help get rid of the bad energy surrounding all my recent troubles. I was skeptical, to say the least. Sharon was deeply into spiritual energy healing, always talking about chakras and crystals. And as a trained engineer, I found it hard to believe in this stuff. In fact, I found it incredible that anyone believed it. But I was desperate for a break and a change of scenery. Anything that could help get my mind off of all the worries, stress, and depression I'd been feeling. So I agreed. We arrived in Sedona on a crisp, clear Saturday morning. I admit, the air felt different there. Somehow more calming in a way I can't explain in words. We spent the afternoon hiking around the tranquil red rocks for hours, and on our way back to the hotel, Sharon took me to a quaint little shop tucked away in the hills. Walking in, I could see colorful crystals of all shapes and sizes glowing in the windows. The shop was owned by a woman named Grace. She was in her late 60s with a warm smile and a sparkle in her eyes that was hard to ignore. And after a few minutes of small talk, Grace revealed that she used to be an executive at a major telecommunications firm in Los Angeles. But after a long and successful career, she retired and moved to Sedona to pursue her real passion, spiritual healing. I was surprised to hear that this woman had spent decades doing much of the same work I had, starting as an engineer after college and eventually making her way into a vice president role. And I found myself opening up to her, telling her about the chaos that had taken over my life. The financial struggles, the loneliness, the lack of fulfillment, the health problems. Grace listened attentively, gently nodding her head and asking questions as I went along. And then she said something that took me off guard. "I wish the crystals I have in my shop could help you, but they can't," she said. That caught my attention and frankly, made me a little nervous. I asked her why she thought that. And she told me, because it's clear to me that the real cause of your problems is right here. Grace pointed to her forehead, right between her brows. I asked her if she meant my brain or my mindset. And then Grace told me, no, it's the negatively charged crystals in your third eye. I told her I didn't understand. And part of me was already thinking this was all woo-woo nonsense. But a tiny voice in my head was nudging me to listen, to explore this unexpected path that had suddenly opened up for me. So I did. And that's when Grace told me something that would change my life in ways I could never have imagined. She told me that your mystical third eye actually resides in your pineal gland, a tiny pinecone-shaped organ in the middle of your brain. And while many people have never heard of this part of the brain before, she explained it is by far the more powerful organ in the human body, because it has the unique ability to tap into creative forces and vibrations of the universe. I have to admit, I was still skeptical hearing all of this, but Grace was patient with me. She could tell I needed evidence to calm my overanalyzing thoughts. And that's when she showed me something that caught my full attention. Apparently, neuroscientists in Israel had recently discovered that nestled deep inside our pineal glands are these tiny, microscopic crystals that aren't found anywhere else in the human body. And these crystals act as microantennas for our brains, sending and receiving high frequencies beyond our normal senses, allowing us to tune into spiritual vibrations. They look like this under a microscope. Aren't they fascinating? To me, they almost look like tiny diamonds. These are the most powerful crystals in existence, Grace told me, because they literally have the power to create the fabric of our lived experiences, whether for good or bad. But the most astonishing part to me was when she told me the real reason why I felt stuck in life, and why one bad thing after another kept showing up like a never-ending, vicious cycle, despite my every effort to better my situation and stay positive, was because the crystals in my pineal gland weren't working like they should. In fact, they were working against me, bringing negative outcomes, situations, and experiences into my life at rapid speed. And here's why. Grace explained how scientists recently discovered that these tiny crystals have been proven to demonstrate something called the piezoelectric effect. This effect means these crystals generate and maintain a positive or negative charge, depending on changes in pressure. Grace explained that when these crystals maintain a positive charge, they activate the attracting forces of your pineal gland's third eye, intensifying your mind's ability to visualize, tap into spiritual frequencies, and manifest things on command. But there's another side to this coin as well, because when these crystals build a negative charge instead, it makes positive manifestation impossible. So even as you try to focus your thoughts on attracting the things you want in life, these negatively charged crystals are repelling those same things away from you, like two magnets that won't touch no matter how hard you try. And it gets even worse, because the more this piezoelectric effect causes a negative charge to build up in your pineal gland crystals, the more you begin to see, feel, and experience negative things, like poverty, fear, endless worry, and inevitably, disease and untimely death. So if it feels as if bad luck and negative energy are being drawn to you at every step, even if you're doing your best to keep a positive mindset, if you feel as though you've tried everything to manifest and attract the things you deeply desire in life, but nothing seems to work, it's not your fault. The truth is, these negatively charged crystals are likely nullifying all of your efforts, no matter what you do. That's when Grace took a deep breath and her tone became gravely serious. She told me that after she discovered the truth about these crystals, she spent years trying to find out why the crystals in our pineal glands developed these negative charges in the first place. And the dark conspiracy she stumbled upon was far more shocking than she could have ever imagined. She discovered that the real culprit that's building a negative charge in these crystals and making it impossible for you to manifest what you want, it's a mineral byproduct you've been unknowingly consuming almost every day for years. It's fluoride, she said. I was stunned. Fluoride? The stuff we put in our toothpaste and tap water? I had heard some people say it wasn't good for us, but I had no idea it could be causing such a profound effect on our pineal glands. Grace explained that while corporations and our government have tried for decades to convince the American public that fluoride is beneficial for fighting tooth decay, the truth is, it's an extremely toxic byproduct that's been tied to numerous health risks, including cancer, degrading bone strength, infertility, thyroid disease, and much more. Which is why a growing number of scientists have labeled government-mandated fluoridation of our drinking water a violation of human rights. But the real danger of fluoride, as Grace explained, is that it changes the charge in our pineal gland crystals from positive to negative. She told me that researchers have proved that your pineal gland is especially prone to fluoride buildup. One study even showed that it's the most fluoride-saturated organ in the human body. And remember, Grace said how the piezoelectric effect causes crystals to generate a positive or negative charge depending on changes in pressure. Well, as it turns out, when fluoride accumulates in your pineal gland, it puts an immense amount of pressure on these crystals, causing them to change shape and take on a negative charge. And this isn't some kind of pseudoscience either, because you can literally see this happening during routine brain scans. You see that little white dot in the middle that keeps getting bigger? That's fluoride buildup getting worse and worse in the pineal gland. And all of that buildup pressure causes piezoelectric changes in your crystals, turning them from positive to negative, shutting your third eye and making it impossible to manifest anything good. And here's the scariest part. Grace said our government is well aware of this. They've been fluorinating our drinking water for several decades now, as a deliberate act to keep us in a state of low consciousness, unable to access the higher realms of awareness through our pineal gland crystals, making us all sheep, easy to control. I was speechless. I couldn't believe something so common found in our drinking water, toothpaste, and foods, something we've all been told is good for us, was causing havoc in our daily lives by corrupting these crystals. But the evidence was right there, in front of my eyes. Then Grace looked at me with a knowing smile. But for all their cunning plans to keep us controlled, I have something that can fix this. That's when she reached into her bag and pulled out a small, worn notebook and told me that inside is a unique blend of ingredients she discovered after doing years of research and traveling across the world. Grace said each of these ingredients was scientifically proven to positively charge the crystals inside our pineal gland. And she explained that each of these ingredients had a unique ability to counteract the effects fluoride had on our pineal gland crystals. And when combined in the right proportions, they could create a potent shield. A shield that could reverse the damage to our pineal gland crystals from fluoride buildup and restore the crystals to their natural, positively charged state. Grace explained how she had tested this formula on herself, and the results were nothing short of miraculous. Her intuition sharpened to the point where she could predict events days before they occurred. Her ability to manifest her desires became second nature, like a new language she mastered. And she felt a deep, profound connection to the universe like never before, seeing divine guidance in the smallest coincidences. Now, she said, she wanted to give this knowledge to me, this key to unlocking abilities that I never knew I had. As Grace shared all of this, my mind was racing with a million burning questions. But before I could ask any of them, she told me that she urgently needed to head home. Her bags were already packed to attend a meditation retreat deep in the mountains of Colombia the next day. The universe wanted me to give this to you, Mark. Promise me you'll use this knowledge to better your life and uplift those around you. Then Grace pulled me into a tight embrace. And then, just like that, she was gone. Now you'd think after Grace's revelation, I would have rushed to find her mystical compounds and start using them. But as an engineer, I needed proof and evidence before I jumped in with both feet. So, after I returned home from Sedona, I poured myself into research for weeks, trying to disprove Grace's theory as a fanciful yarn spun by another spiritual enthusiast. The deeper I delved, though, the more shocked I was. I found reference after reference to the mystical power of the pineal gland's third eye throughout history, cultures, and religions. In the book of Matthew, Jesus speaks of the single eye that fills the body with light, which scholars interpret as a reference to the pineal gland and its crystals. Buddha is often portrayed with a prominent dot in the middle of his forehead, which is believed to represent his awakened third eye. Even in Islamic texts like the Hadith, Muhammad mentions the eye of insight as a way to see and manifest destiny. It was as if every major religious figure and text pointed to the pineal gland and the power of its crystals. And even when I dug into contemporary science, I was surprised to see that there were several extremely reputable studies and scientific papers talking breathlessly about the strange energy-conducting power of these pineal gland crystals, and how even a University of Michigan study showed that these crystals actually change shape when fluoride enters the pineal gland specifically. These weren't just old religious myths or coincidental findings. Modern science has proven these crystals unlock supernatural abilities to manifest reality. And just as every ancient faith described, but perhaps the most alarming of all, was how global power players masked the latest evidence, ruthlessly pushing fluoride as a massive public health miracle, even as they knew it would jam our pineal gland's ability to connect with spiritual frequencies and vibrations, effectively rendering us slaves to their material reality, rather than conscious creators of our own existence. I was horrified by the magnitude of this agenda. So with all of this evidence supporting what Grace told me, and the fact I had nothing left to lose after everything I'd been through lately, I finally decided to try her crystal charging recipe. Most of the ingredients completely stumped me. So I immediately called my friend Michael, a retired chemistry professor whom I knew from my days as a graduate student. He warned that some compounds were exceedingly rare and difficult to source, but Michael felt hopeful that through his connections, he could track them down. It took over a month of effort and calling in favors, yet finally, Michael secured small quantities of each ingredient. He even blended them together into an easy-to-take liquid formula. Michael also tapped a bioenergy expert friend from his university days to monitor the electric charge levels emitted from my pineal glands while trying the formula. This way, we'd know if my crystals were recharging to a positive state. Then the day finally came when I held the small bottle Michael created. I extracted a small amount of the liquid formula using a dropper and squeezed it into my mouth. And when I chased it down with a glass of water, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't feeling a bit doubtful about the whole thing. It just didn't seem possible that taking a pill could positively charge the crystals in my pineal gland. But I was desperate and wanted nothing more than to get myself out of the rut I was in. So I decided to give it a try and hope for the best. I'll be honest, nothing in my life changed that first week or so. The credit card bills kept piling up on my kitchen table, taunting me every time I walked by. I still dragged myself to the same monotonous job, watching the clock inch towards my next break. I was still lonely each night as I ate dinner alone on the couch. A few days in, frustration started to boil inside of me. What if this whole thing is just a waste of time and money? I told Michael. He gently reminded me that years of fluoride buildup in my pineal gland can't reverse itself overnight. It would take time, and patience was key. So I decided to stay the course, taking a bit of liquid formula each morning and spending 5 minutes envisioning my dreams coming true, using every creative visualization technique I knew. Then on day 9, something incredible happened. My boss called me out of the blue, offering me a major promotion to lead engineer. She wanted to give me a substantial raise too, which would ease some of the relentless financial stress I'd been drowning under. I almost dropped my phone, a nervous electricity flowing through me. Could this be related to these pineal gland pills or just dumb luck? Well, I soon got my answer. Because over the next week, more positive changes started coming into my life. While browsing the vegetable aisle one night at the grocery store, a beautiful woman named Cassie approached me. and we struck up a conversation that also led to the best first date I'd had in years. For the first time in years, I had a blossoming romantic relationship again. And those aches and pains in my lower back that no doctor could diagnose, and it gradually faded until I no longer needed pain meds at all. My skin glowed like I'd just spent a week at a high-end spa. I swear, even my hair looked thicker and shinier. But the most significant change of all was in my state of mind. I felt lighter, happier, flooded with positive energy and newfound optimism. The constant state of worry, bitterness, and despair got replaced with peace, calm, and an overwhelming certainty that everything I'd been fighting so hard to manifest was finally arriving. And the more I used this solution, the better things got. I started to manifest wealth and abundance in ways I never even considered possible. The money just came to me like a magnet. I was able to pay off my mother's medical bills and get her into a retirement community she loves. People around me started to notice the changes too. I was receiving compliments left and right from family members, friends, and coworkers. Everyone noticed how everything had suddenly turned around for me. How I was standing taller, smiling freely, and filled up with energy I hadn't had in years. And to track and record the incredible transformation this little pill brought me, I decided to keep a journal of all the major changes that occurred after I started taking it. Take a look at this email from my boss offering me the promotion. And here's a picture of Cassie and me on our first date. Also, remember how I said we hired Michael's colleague to measure electrical activity in my pineal gland before and after taking this breakthrough? Well, take a look at the brain scan he did on the first day versus the 30th day of using this formula. Can you see how the crystals started lighting up with a positive charge? It's absolutely breathtaking to actually see it with your own eyes, isn't it? In as little as 30 days, my life went from being a constant struggle to a beautiful journey of self-discovery and abundance, all because of a simple daily pill. After that month had passed, I knew I had to pass on this incredible secret to my friends. I wanted to see if they too would experience a transformation like I had after trying it. To my astonishment, the changes they went through were nothing short of miraculous. Just take my sister Sharon, for example. She had been single for years, unable to find a man who truly appreciated and loved her. But just 12 days after she began taking this daily pill, she bumped into a charming man at a coffee shop, a successful author who had just signed a major book deal. They hit it off instantly and have been inseparable, traveling to exotic locations around the world together ever since. Or my friend Stephen, another colleague friend who was in the military for years. He had been living paycheck to paycheck ever since he got out of the Army, always scraping by and never able to save up enough to buy a house or be financially secure. But on the 17th day after he started taking this daily pill, he was floored when he received a call from a distant relative who had left him a whopping $250,000 in her will. And let's not forget about my colleague Paul. He's a brilliant computer scientist who had been stuck in a dead-end job, but on the 28th day of using this pineal gland healing pill, he was stunned to receive an email from a prestigious research institute offering him a position that was a perfect fit for his skills and passions, with a salary that was double what he was earning before. Even my friend Michael, the retired chemist and university professor who had been such a huge help sourcing these rare ingredients and compounds, he couldn't believe the weird things that kept happening to him as well. He recently lost a substantial amount of his 401k and savings in a stock investment that went south. But after only a few weeks of using the formula we created together, he was astounded when his financial advisor called him over the moon with good news, saying that one of their most speculative plays just paid off, and he recouped all of the money he lost over the past year in the markets. Not only that, but that stockbroker then also got Michael into another stock before a major merger, and Michael tripled his money in a matter of days. Witnessing these miraculous transformations was nothing short of breathtaking. It felt as if we had stumbled upon a magical key that was reshaping our realities. This daily pill was turning lives around by turning on their third eye, allowing them to manifest a completely new reality. That's when it dawned on me. I couldn't keep this secret to myself. Especially when there are countless people out there who could see incredible transformations simply by changing the crystals in the pineal glands back to a positive state. There could be millions, maybe even billions of people looking for a breakthrough and longing to tap into the universe's bounty that's rightfully theirs. So Michael and I decided to team up on a mission. And with the newfound wealth we'd manifested to fund this incredible venture, we partnered with a top-tier manufacturer who is FDA certified and adheres to the most stringent standards, which allowed us to create 4,000 bottles of this very same formula. Every drop is filled with the purest extracts of potent ingredients, guaranteed to be devoid of GMOs, fillers, pesticides, or any other harmful substances. And after all the sweat, tears, and capital invested, I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce you to what we've created. It's called Crystal Restore. Crystal Restore is a monumental breakthrough in manifestation, unlike anything you've ever tried before. The formula was made to help anyone who feels chained down, unfulfilled, or disconnected, and longing to attract more wealth, love, purpose, and spiritual joy into their life. It contains the precise crystal recharging ingredients originally shared by Grace, the elements she spent years researching and testing on herself. Crystal Restore can immediately start transforming nearly any area of your life that needs a miracle breakthrough. End the financial desperation that has you living paycheck to paycheck. Draw your soulmate and most compatible life partner to you. Manifest a clear purpose and meaningful work aligned with your deepest passions. Attracting vibrant health, boundless energy, and a pain-free existence. Without spending a small fortune on complex spiritual rituals, classes, and gurus that rarely work. Simply take one dropper full of Crystal Restore's formula per day, and its unprecedented formula goes to work reactivating the crystals in your pineal gland, the epicenter of your innate manifestation abilities. It clears out the disruptive fluoride buildup that's blocking this critical gateway between your conscious desires and the field of infinite potential all around you. Soon you'll feel long dormant spiritual channels opening again. As you begin receiving clear intuitions, creative sparks, and divine inspiration, signals start flowing between your mind and the quantum field, so you can finally translate your most ambitious dreams and desires into tangible reality. And that's just the beginning. Because Crystal Restore also contains 9 potent ingredients hand-selected for their pineal recharging potential. Let me quickly tell you about each one. First, Crystal Restore contains a highly potent dose of jagged jade extract, sourced from a very rare and unique species of ginkgo biloba. This is a formidable tree species that has flourished for over 270 million years, since the days of dinosaurs. Its exceptional resilience reflects extraordinary protective benefits. Modern research shows ginkgo biloba uniquely shields our delicate pineal gland and all our organs from fluoride poisoning. It achieves this because ginkgo overflows with potent flavonoids and terpenoids, both incredible pineal antioxidants that defend sensitive cells. But ginkgo biloba goes much further, actually enhancing electromagnetic conductivity inside the pineal gland itself. This boosts the electrical signals essential for shifting your manifestation crystals from a negative to positive charge. So your pineal gateway rapidly opens. Your innate manifestation powers ignite. Next, Crystal Restore contains a rare and potent form of Bacopa monnieri, a legendary Ayurvedic rejuvenation herb prized by healers for centuries, mostly because extensive research shows bacopa strongly blocks fluoride from damaging the delicate pineal region and organs. It achieves this by turning your organs into a fortress, sealing off your crucial organs and cells from dangerous chemicals, while also amplifying electric signaling in your nervous system, keeping your pineal crystals positively charged no matter how much exposure you've had to fluoride in the past. Plus, bacopa accelerates memory, cognition, and focus as a bonus side effect. Modern studies confirm it quickly enhances mental performance by strengthening connections between brain cells, so you can manifest your deepest desires with laser accuracy. Crystal Restore delivers an activated form of pine extract, sourced from the remote, pristine forests of the French Maritime. It overflows with pycnogenol, a coveted pine antioxidant with almost magical properties. Modern studies confirm pycnogenol foils even extreme exposure to fluoride and similar toxins. It shields sensitive pineal tissues, blocking their ability to enter and distort your manifestation crystals, restoring their natural positive charge so you can finally unblock spiritual flow. Pine extract also reduces inflammation in the brain and pineal gland, repairing damage already done by fluoride buildup over the years. So your spiritual gateway stays wide open for manifestation energies. Imagine what that could mean for your future. No more financial lack holding you hostage, working unfulfilling jobs that crush your soul, going home each night to an empty house and lonely bed. Instead, expect overflowing bank accounts, meaningful work filled with passion, and a loving romantic partner to share your dreams with. It's all possible thanks to pine extract's protective power. And there's more. Crystal Restore also contains heritage tamarind extract, harvested specifically when its energy-absorbing antioxidants peak. Tamarind acts like a purifier for your organs, flushing out fluoride and toxins trying to distort your pineal crystals, while recharging them to maintain a positive, high vibration state, so your connection, spiritual vibrations reignite fast. Crystal Restore also contains a premium strain of spirulina, grown in remote, mineral-rich waters under the Aurora Borealis divine light patterns. This imbues protective energies into the spirulina, making it a guardian for your precious pineal crystals once ingested. It surrounds them in a natural shield that keeps out disruptive EMF frequencies that can penetrate and block your manifestation gateways, so you stay securely anchored to source energy. We then added hand-picked lion mane's mushroom harvested from old-growth forests. Known for boosting brain power, lion's mane also tunes pineal crystals to their highest vibration state, so they easily resist modern tech distortions while retaining their positive charge, keeping your spiritual channel wide open for manifestation. We also added pure chlorella, sourced from the cleanest riverbed in the world, the Bronze River in Patagonia, Chile. Study after study has found that chlorella has an amazing ability to stop toxic chemicals from interacting with our blood, our organs, and our brain tissues. That's because chlorella has an incredible antioxidant enzyme system, which in layman's terms means it's able to neutralize inflammatory molecules and pathogens caused by fluoride toxicity. Keep your DNA and proteins safe, while also warding off any damage to your pineal gland. Crystal Restore also contains a potent dose of Phantom Miracle Tree extract, sourced from a very rare and unique species of moringa. Moringa has long been used in ancient Indian and sub-African traditions as a potent protector of vital organs, fighting off harmful pathogens created by fluoride poisoning, pollution, and oxidative stress, while also neutralizing the negative charges in your pineal gland crystals. Finally, we added old mahogany neem to Crystal Restore's pineal charging formula, which is grown under precise lunar cycles for peak detoxification and healing power. Neem's purpose? To deeply repair your pineal gland from years of fluoride buildup, nurturing pineal tissues and crystals back to their original blueprint of health and positive charge. So they effortlessly reconnect you to divine source energy fields. The sum total effect? Crystal Restore not only protects your pineal crystals, it supercharges them into overdrive, unlocking innate manifestation abilities hidden within you. Now you can magnetize wealth, love partnerships, vibrant health, purposeful work, and anything else you deserve. From day one of taking Crystal Restore, get ready for a miraculous avalanche of positive changes. Within 72 hours, you'll already notice the constant money worries, career dissatisfaction, and painful loneliness start melting away. Over the next weeks, a thrilling new chapter of life will begin. Imagine waking up every day to overflowing money in your bank account, dream vacations booked on a whim, and deeply cherished in passionate relationships, with no more nagging health issues draining your happiness. This has already been the experience of 3,226 men and women who tried Crystal Restore. Take Sarah, a struggling single mom from New York. Within weeks of starting Crystal Restore, an unexpected promotion came with a massive raise at work. My financial stress disappeared. It's a dream come true thanks to this formula. And Mike, a 52-year-old living in California. I'd struggled for years to find a romantic partner who truly understood me. But a month into taking Crystal Restore, the most incredible woman came into my life. Our spiritual and emotional connection feels written in destiny's stars, all because of this life-changing supplement. Then there's Lindsay, a yoga teacher from Oregon. After a decade battling chronic back pain that made everyday agony, Crystal Restore erased my pain in just 3 weeks. I suddenly manifested my lifelong dream trip to teach yoga in Bali too. I can't fully put into words the depths of transformation unleashed since taking this formula. Just imagine, in a few weeks from now, you could be sharing your own success story, living a life filled with abundance and joy, free from financial worries, health problems, and loneliness. I can't wait for you to experience the transformative power of Crystal Restore for yourself. Every single ingredient inside Crystal Restore has been meticulously evaluated and certified for its purity, ensuring that our formula is free from any harmful toxins. The formula has been meticulously crafted within a state-of-the-art facility that strictly complies with all FDA regulations and adheres to Good Manufacturing Practices, GMP. And while the ingredients are sourced from around the globe, Crystal Restore is proudly manufactured right here in the USA. The only downside to any of this is, because the ingredients in Crystal Restore are incredibly unique and rare, and come from all over the world, the most we can produce is 4,000 bottles at a time. And with demand already skyrocketing as more and more people experience the life-changing power of this manifestation formula for themselves, it's only a matter of time until we run out of Crystal Restore again. And when that happens, the next batch usually takes about 6 months to produce. This is why it's absolutely critical that you secure your supply of as much Crystal Restore as you can right now. The last thing we want is for you to interrupt your regimen before you've fully recharged your pineal gland or unlocked your true manifestation potential, especially when we hear time and time again, the biggest transformations and breakthroughs happen for folks who use Crystal Restore consistently for at least 180 days, which makes sense because we've spent nearly all of our lives ingesting fluoride from drinking water, packaged foods, soft drinks, brushing our teeth, and even wearing deodorant. And the unfortunate reality is that fluoride isn't going away. In fact, it's likely we'll see even higher volumes and concentrations of it going forward, which is why you really need to look at Crystal Restore as your daily shield. something that is constantly protecting, recharging, and unblocking your pineal gland crystals. That way, you continue to manifest everything you both deserve and desire, both today and in the decades to come. So don't let the burdens of financial struggles, unfulfilling jobs, and a sense of disconnection from your spiritual self hold you back any longer. Secure your supply of Crystal Restore today and wave goodbye to the relentless cycle of feeling stuck, unfulfilled, and spiritually disconnected. Together with my partner Michael, we have made every effort to ensure that Crystal Restore is accessible to everyone who needs it. And today, I'm proud to offer you this life-altering supplement at the lowest possible price. So you no longer have to waste your hard-earned money on law of attraction techniques that don't deliver. And finally, break free from the relentless cycle of failed manifestations and ineffective spiritual practices that leave you drained and unfulfilled. Now, you have a far superior option. And Crystal Restore is available exclusively on this website and only while our stock lasts. We aren't interested in mass producing this breakthrough. And it would be virtually impossible to do this even if we wanted. Since creating this supplement is both expensive and time-consuming, so mass production of Crystal Restore will never happen. We will only produce as much as we can personally oversee. And if you spot Crystal Restore anywhere else other than this website, be aware that you are not getting the authentic product. Because we will never sell on Amazon or eBay, since we can't guarantee the proper quality control on such a grand scale. Crystal Restore is your gateway, today and for the foreseeable future. It allows you to experience the life-changing effect of effortless manifestation. And to bid farewell to the constant struggles, the feelings of being stuck, and the dissatisfaction that have been ruling your life. You'll finally reclaim control of your life, no longer bound by the limitations of your circumstances. By simply taking one dropper full of Crystal Restore's liquid formula each day, you'll be amazed by just how quickly and totally your life can transform. So don't let this golden opportunity slip by, especially when the number of bottles we have in stock are already very limited. Especially when, with your investment in Crystal Restore today, you'll be spending considerably less money and time than you would on fruitless seminars, ineffective visualization techniques, and countless self-help books. And unlike those countless Me Too products and promises, Crystal Restore offers what we believe to be the real way to manifest your desires. Which is why this decision isn't about money. It's about fixing the source of all the hidden friction in your life and restoring your pineal gland crystals back to their natural positive state. So the power of your third eye will open and manifesting will become second nature to you. It's why we've dedicated countless hours to bring you this breakthrough for less than $1 per day. A price you will only see on this webpage while supplies last. You can seize the deepest discount we've ever offered by getting a full 6-month supply of Crystal Restore, a total of 6 bottles today, for just $49 per bottle. This is the perfect amount to fully recharge the crystals inside your pineal gland, as you shield yourself from the fluoride exposure that's attacking it daily and severing your connection with the universe. So don't miss your opportunity to regain control of your life with Crystal Restore. Go ahead and click below right now to choose your package. And when you do that, you'll also get 2 very special gifts from me as well. The first one is an exclusive guide called Unlock Your Inner Genius: How to Unleash Endless Savant-Level Creativity with Secret Mental Techniques from Nikola Tesla and Leonardo da Vinci. Inside this guide, you discover how to instantly unleash unlimited levels of IQ and savant-like abilities, using the same mental techniques and daily rituals practiced by revolutionary geniuses like Tesla, Da Vinci, Bill Gates, and even Richard Branson. For instance, here are just a few of the many genius unlocking secrets you'll learn. How Nobel Prize winner Richard Feynman used something he called active visualization to solve quantum physics problems considered impossible, and how you can use this incredible technique with only 60 seconds of training. The anti-meditation ritual business titans like Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, and Richard Branson do 1 hour before bed to raise their IQ and critical thinking skills. The mentor persona trick Nikola Tesla used to make numerous scientific breakthroughs on command. What world chess champion Bobby Fischer secretly ate for breakfast to enter a powerful flow state before tournaments. The ancient tantric breathing technique 13-year-old monks in Tibet used to reach intelligent quotients higher than the average MIT professor. This guide alone is a $79 value, but yours absolutely free when you order today. In addition to this, I've also teamed up with renowned spiritual experts to create a unique guide to tap into staggering potential beyond the 5 senses, so you can master uncanny mental abilities military psychics use at levels seeming supernatural. It's called Supernatural Intuition, CIA-backed methods to unlimited psychic senses. Inside this one-of-a-kind book, you'll discover how to recognize subtle micro-expressions during talks that expose hidden lies or truths in real time, what to visualize during meals to figure out dish ingredients just by tasting them. The science-backed ESP technique Pixar creative teams use to unlock creativity and come up with the blockbuster concepts and ideas. How a group of Minneapolis mothers use CIA-backed visualization techniques to remote view deployed soldiers in vivid detail during the Vietnam War. All you need to do is follow the instructions in these incredible guides, and they will do the work for you. So that once your pineal gland crystals are fully charged, not only will you effortlessly manifest the life of your dreams into reality, you'll also acquire incredible supernatural talents as well. Even though these guides were expensive to research and create, I'm going to include both of them with your purchase of Crystal Restore for free, which saves you an additional $149. No matter which you choose, the most highly discounted 6-month package of Crystal Restore, which is our most popular option, or a 3-month or 1-month supply. The most important thing is that you do take action right now. By clicking below and selecting your package while we still have this most recent batch of bottles in stock, and your decision to take action today comes with absolutely zero risk on your part. Here's why. We're so sure that Crystal Restore is your master key to unlocking the manifesting powers of your pineal gland and finally attaining an abundant, free, and fulfilling life, that we're extending a full 365-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee to everyone who orders right now. That means you've got an entire year to test drive Crystal Restore and see what your experience is like. And while we are certain that you'll be amazed with the transformation, if you're not 100% satisfied for any reason, simply reach out to our US-based customer-based service team and you'll get a full refund with no questions asked. You don't even need to send back your unopened or unused bottles. That's how assured we are that this manifestation formula will revolutionize your life. In short, you either love Crystal Restore or you don't pay a dime. And with our 365-day, hassle-free, money-back guarantee backing you fully, why not opt for the highest discounted 6-month package? It's the wisest choice because you're protected either way. If Crystal Restore changes your life, you've locked in our lowest rate of just $49 per bottle, saving more than anyone else. And if Crystal Restore for some reason doesn't work for you, you simply request a refund, get all your money back, and lose nothing. No matter the outcome, it's a win-win. So go ahead, select your package by clicking beneath this video right now, and start this journey to transforming your life with Crystal Restore. In just a few days from now, you could be waking up with a sense of tranquility, free from endless worry of financial difficulties or relationship challenges, with no more feelings of emptiness, lack of direction, or chronic pain, or anxiety about your future, or the need to work relentlessly without seeing any meaningful result. you can finally seize control of your life without the heavy burden of unfulfilled desires constantly weighing you down. Truly, when you reflect on the profound impact Crystal Restore could have on your life, choosing our 6-month package feels like an absolute no-brainer. But remember, our discounted packages, the complimentary bonuses, and the free shipping offers are only available for a limited time. Once our current stock of Crystal Restore is sold out, we could be looking at 6 months before we have more available. Don't let this golden opportunity to transform your life and unleash your hidden manifesting powers pass you by. Choose the 6-bottle package or any other package that suits your needs. To start, simply click the button below to select the package that's perfect for you. You'll then be directed to our secure order page where you can enter your shipping and payment information. Rest easy, your details are absolutely safe with us because we use the same encryption standards as industry giants like Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. Then after you click submit, you'll be directed to our confirmation page where every detail relating to your order is clearly laid out. With Crystal Restore, your journey towards a fulfilled, abundant, and joyful life is just a click away. This is your defining moment. So please, don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Because I know from personal experience just how immobilizing inaction can be. And it makes me shudder to think of what would have happened if I hadn't discovered this universal frequency tuning formula. I would have continued living a life of financial hardship, unfulfilled dreams, and constant loneliness, instead of being in the incredibly blessed place that I am today. And if I can do anything to help you escape from a similar feeling of being stuck, I feel like it's my duty to do it. So please, I hope you'll make an enlightened decision today. The decision where you take the leap, unlocking and reigniting your suppressed manifesting powers and all the untapped abundance that comes with it. That's the decision that makes the most sense, especially when you're covered by a full 365-day money-back guarantee. So go ahead, secure your Crystal Restore today. You've seen the science. You've seen the real-life success stories. You know deep within your soul that this will work. So why wait? Why risk returning to this website later only to discover that we've run out of bottles again? And it'll be another 6 months before we have more in stock. It's just not worth it. Your spiritual growth is too crucial and there's too much abundance to gain. It really is your choice. And no matter which path you choose, I want to thank you for spending some of your precious time with me today as I shared my journey and this life-altering breakthrough with you. Still with me? I know, that was a lot to take in. Let's go over some of the most common questions I receive. Question 1. How does Crystal Restore work again? Well, as I explained earlier, Crystal Restore is designed to reactivate the tiny crystals in your pineal gland. These crystals are like antennas, picking up frequencies that allow us to tap into spiritual vibrations. Our modern lifestyle, especially exposure to fluoride, has negatively charged these crystals, disconnecting us from source energy and our ability to manifest our intentions. Crystal Restore is packed with special compounds that reverse this negative charge, reawakening your innate manifestation abilities and reconnecting you with the universe's energy. Question number 2. Who should take Crystal Restore? If you asked me that a decade ago, I might have said only those who are spiritually inclined. But with the growing understanding of the power of manifestation and the years of exposure to fluoride in our drinking water, foods, and more, I'd recommend anyone who's seeking to improve their life, be it wealth, health, relationships, or spiritual growth, should consider Crystal Restore. Question number 3. What happens after I click the button below? Once you select your package below, you'll be directed to our 100% secure checkout page. Enter your payment information, place your order, and rest easy knowing there's no automatic billing. Your order of Crystal Restore will be delivered in a discreet package within 5 to 7 business days. You're less than a week away from starting your journey to a life of abundance and fulfillment. Question number 4. What if Crystal Restore doesn't work for me? No worries at all. Crystal Restore comes with a 365-day, hassle-free money-back guarantee. Order Crystal Restore today, and you have a full year to decide if it's right for you. If you're not completely satisfied, just reach out to our customer service team, and we'll refund your investment. Question number 5. How long will Crystal Restore be available? Honestly, I can't say for sure. My aim is to help as many people as possible harness their manifestation abilities. However, the rapidly changing world and economy, supply chain disruptions, and the scarcity of our special compounds make it difficult to guarantee long-term availability. That's why I urge you to secure your supply of Crystal Restore today, especially since it comes with a 365-day money-back guarantee. There's absolutely no risk to you. Question number 6. All right, I want to try Crystal Restore. Now what? That's the easiest part. Just click one of the buttons below and choose your package. Remember, you can save over 70% by selecting our most popular 6-bottle package. Fill out your details on the next page to complete your order, and Crystal Restore will be on its way to you within the next 5 to 7 business days. And remember, there's no risk with our ironclad 365-day guarantee. This video is now ending, and I want to thank you for staying with me until the end. Go ahead and select your package now. Use Crystal Restore as directed for at least 30 days, then reach out and let me know your experience. Thanks for watching.